Hello, everybody. Once again, it is me, WonderFizz, back again for a solo podcast. It's been a while. It's been too long, actually. A lot's happened. The Game Awards, all that stuff. There's been loads of games come out. Um, so there's a lot. I wish we had everybody here today, but again, the hardest thing is scheduling. It's hard to get everybody like home and available like to do this at the exact same time. We all work different schedules. So it's hard. It's really hard, and so instead of holding out, I was like, okay, it's New Year's. I'm literally recording this on January 1st. I'm hopefully we'll have it uploaded tonight. We'll see. I want to get a New Year's video out and say Happy New Year's to everybody. Hope everyone had a great holiday season. It, it's it's a little, I guess, sad for me. I did lose my dad this year, so um, it didn't really feel like Christmas. The one thing that has made it feel more like Christmas is me and all the podcast crew and some more of our friends. We have a Christmas thing every year. This was the second year that we had it. We all got good gifts. We all gave good gifts. It was really fun, and that has helped. Made it feel more like Christmas for us, and so that helped a lot. And obviously, uh, being a gamer, I always enjoyed just gaming during the holiday season. I don't know why. I just do. I think it's just fun. Because Christmas still is a happy time of the year. I think that everybody needs those times, during the year that you just feel happier. Like I don't know why. Like it's just something about Christmas has always made me feel happier. I don't know what it is. It just I guess it's the nature of the season. I'm a big fan of winter. Like I've always loved that season. So I think that all goes into play for me. And just gaming during this time of the year is always fun. But now we're into the really fun part of the year. We're into a very fun part of fun part in time and space, ladies and gentlemen, because it is now officially 2020, the year, the year of Halo Infinite, ladies and gentlemen, and the year of next generation consoles, and the year of so many blockbuster titles. Oh my God, just looking at the upcoming year of games that we have coming, you know, I'm so glad that we have so many titles to hold us over and make that wait for next gen a little easier, right? Like, not only did we have a lot of games in the previous year, like right now, me and Packboy, we're grinding out that Borderlands 3. Um, you know, Great game. Absolutely having a blast with Borderlands 3. If he was here, he would say the same thing as well. We're having a load of fun on Borderlands 3. Great game. I'm deep into Outer Worlds right now. Outer Worlds is a really good game as well. Just Obsidian, like I've always enjoyed Obsidian games, and this is no exception. Outer Worlds is a really good game, and very excited to see what the future of that franchise is. And so I've got Jedi Fallen Order as well that I'm going to start soon. Game Pass also makes things, it adds to the backlog for sure because they have Prey on there, which it was the most recent version of Prey that came out, and I really want to play that. I don't know why, like I never wanted it when it came out, but like all of a sudden I'm just interested in that game. So I don't know if that's going to be the next game I got to start because one of the other Christmas gifts I got was Resident Evil 2. I need to give that a playthrough. I'm going to be replaying all the Halo games probably soon. Um, I kind of want to do a replay of Ori and the Blind Forest as well to get ready for Will of the Wisp because March 11th, ladies and gentlemen, March 11th. It's almost time. It's almost time, ladies and gentlemen. um, Will of the Wisp it comes out March 11th, and man, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. You guys know how long I've been waiting for that game. I've been waiting since 2017, ever since it was announced, and it's almost here. I'm going to be pre-ordering the collector's edition soon. The collector's edition is only like $50, really good deal. My hype is at an all-time high. Personally, even though the year is stacked, I still think that Will of the Wisp might be in the running for Game of the Year. I think that Moon Studios is going to deliver one of the best platformers, one of the best Metroidvania games there is. my hype is at an all-time high. I can't wait for that game. Um, but March is when it really starts. Like January and February. That is like the 2 months that you have to get your backlog, your gaming backlog in order, because it starts in March. Like the March, once March hits, it's like insane. you know, you have. I'm not even going to talk about the games in March right now. I'm just going to go through everything, not including all the other months. I can't clear my voice right now. I'm sorry, I can't. Okay, so yeah, March is when it starts, but we're going to go through all of the games, not all of them obviously, but we're just going to go through a couple of the big ones because in terms of just big games, man, there is so many. Um, Again, the sequel to Ori, Will of the Wisp, it comes out in March. Um, Cyberpunk's coming out this year. The new Animal Crossing game is coming out this year. Last of Us Part 2 is coming out this year. Doom Eternal is coming out this year. Dying Light 2 is coming out this year. The Final Fantasy VII remake is coming out this year. The new Gears Tactics game is coming out. I'm not a huge fan of that, but it's like a 40-hour campaign. That's still a lot of content. Um, the new Sucker Punch game, Ghost of Tsushima. I usually can't pronounce that correctly. I'm sorry if I can't. But that game is one of my most hyped games, man. Comes out summer 2020. Looks fantastic. Gods and Monsters from Ubisoft. I have been hyping this game since it was announced. I have been telling my friend, I've been telling Skyler, I've been telling him, I'm like, dude, Gods and Monsters looks great. It does, and I'm excited for that game. Godfall was just recently announced at the Game Awards, a PS5 title. Um, a new Half-Life game is coming out this year, ladies and gentlemen. Half-Life Alyx. Oh my god. And then Halo Infinite's coming out this year. Halo Infinite's coming out this year. I don't know. I seriously it's been so long since we've had a new Halo game, which I'm very happy about that decision. I'm very happy Microsoft and 343 said no. We're done pushing out a Halo game every 2 to 3 years. No, 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 no. Let's take our time. Let's craft something special. You know, like there was a point to where we were getting too much Halo, and usually Halo there's usually you can't have too much Halo, but you had Halo 3 ODST, and that was just an expansion, right? But still, it was a full-fledged campaign, one of the best Halo campaigns, mind you, the great campaign, one of my favorite Halo campaigns. That was 2009 or 2008. 2010 was Halo Reach. 2012 was Halo 4. Halo 5 2015, Halo Wars 2 2017. There was a point where it was okay, Microsoft, too much Halo. This is getting out of hand. Um, which again, Microsoft didn't have the studios to put out new content, so therefore it was okay, we got to get some Halo out here, But now Microsoft have the studios, and you can tell hey, Halo is going to have these times after Halo Infinite, probably going to have another 5 year gap, and I'm fine with that as long as Halo Infinite is quality, as long as it's a great game and that multiplayer is replayable and that has a replayable campaign. I'm fine with waiting 5 years for quality. You know what I mean? I don't care. Um, so yeah, Halo Infinite, it's going to be the first time in 5 years that I've had a new Halo game, which is going to feel insane. I can't wait to actually be at a midnight launch for a Halo game and to actually buy a Halo game again. It's going to feel awesome. Um, Breath of the Wild 2 could come out this year. And if it does, man, I'm going to be so hyped because, again, Breath of the Wild is one of my favorite games ever. Um, and wow, yeah, insane. I I don't know if it's going to come out this year. I think that Nintendo would probably want it to because you have the PS5 and Xbox Series X coming out this year, which again we're going to get into that in a little bit. But yeah, you have the Series X and PS5 coming out this year. Nintendo needs stuff. They don't, in terms of the currently announced projects from Nintendo, they don't have a lot right now. The Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. Um, what else do they have? No More Heroes 3. Stuff like that. It's cool, but you need a Breath of the Wild 2 to go against the new consoles. Nintendo have never been the type of people, because everyone's wanting the Switch Pro. I don't really care for the Switch Pro. Sure, if they announce it, it's cool, but Nintendo, in my opinion, have always been a software company, a software-led company. They let their software speak for themselves. They're not out here touting teraflops. And I'm not hating against PlayStation or Xbox. I'm just saying Nintendo is not the type that's going to come out here and say we have a 12 teraflop console. Like they're not going to do that. So Breath of the Wild 2 with a November 2020 release date going right up against those consoles, I think would be awesome. It would also be hectic because I'd have to be gaming on my Switch to play Breath of the Wild 2, and I'd have to hop over on my Series X and play Halo Infinite. It'd be insane. But the new Avengers game is coming out this year, which I'm not hyped for. The idea of a new Avengers game was very like exciting, but then the gameplay presentation was shown at E3, and well, let's just say that it didn't impress me. Like I was not impressed with the new Avengers game, and so yeah, I probably won't be buying that. Yeah, Neo uh, Neo 2 is coming out this year. No More Heroes 3 is coming out this year. Um, the Persona 5 Royal is coming out this year as well, which Persona 5 is a fantastic game. You got the new Predator Hunting Grounds game coming out, which is smaller, but still, like I think a lot of people. Well, I don't know if a lot of people will be buying that. It doesn't look amazing, but it's coming. The Resident Evil 3 remake is coming. There is a lot. Wow, there's a lot of content coming out this year, and that's not even counting announcements, man. Like announcements, there is so many announcements that I'm thinking is going to happen this year that yeah, has me excited. We'll get into those as well. Watch Dogs Legion is coming out this year, which I'm very excited for. There's a lot. There's a lot of content to look forward to, and that's what I'm saying is, it's not like previous years where, um, well, actually, 2013 there was actually a lot of great games coming out that year. So, so sure, maybe last gen wasn't that way as well, but I think there might even be more. I'd have to go back and look at a list, but if you just look at the amount of content we're getting this year, I don't think anyone's going to be saying, "Oh man, I wish next gen was here." Sure, I can't wait until the launch of the new consoles, but at the same time, it's always been about the games. It always will be about the games, and we have an exciting year of games ahead of us, and we have loads of content, no matter what platform you're on. Sure, people give Xbox a lot of hate currently because they say, oh, there's not many exclusives coming out, but in my opinion, Ori is a very big game. Like I don't care about like what console it's on. Like Ori is one of my most anticipated games. I'm putting Ori right up there against Last of Us and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like Ori is one of my most anticipated games this year, and I will be radio silent for 2 weeks, and I will not be talking to anyone when the game comes out. I'm just going to play it. I'm going to put hundreds of hours into that game. Um, yeah, I can't wait for that. But there's a lot of content, and it's just exciting. Like I'm excited that the new consoles are coming out this year. Why? Because, ladies and gentlemen, we are in 2020. It is the start of a new decade, ladies and gentlemen. A new decade of gaming is upon us, and we're starting the decade off perfectly with a load of new games and new consoles. And it's like, it gets you excited. It gets you really excited for what the future could hold. And man, I'm already looking at that E3. I've already got my eyes on that E3 from all three companies because I really feel like 2020 might be one of the best years in gaming ever. I've already mentioned the content, I've already mentioned the consoles, but let's just look at this E3, dude. We have two companies, Microsoft and Sony, who are going head to head. They are going head to head. They are going to be coming out and they are going to be announcing games, especially Microsoft. Because if Microsoft have proved anything, especially at the recent Game Awards, is that they have content ready to be shown. They have studios working on games, and they're not holding back. Microsoft, because I've got to talk about that Game Awards presentation, which blew me away. I was so shocked that Microsoft came out that hard hitting, dude. They came out and they said, no, we're not going to reveal our console and go head to head with PlayStation and try to get the news. We're going to make our own news. We're going to come out at the Game Awards and surprise everybody. They came out, revealed the new console. When I seen Master Chief in that trailer, I started jumping up and down and losing my mind. And then they show Hellblade 2 in engine. That is in engine. After beating Hellblade 1, I was like, you know what, really good game, but if they never go back to that, world of Hellblade, I'm fine. Like it's whatever. If there's never a sequel, I'm cool. After seeing that trailer, I am so happy that Ninja Theory decided to go back because that looks dark, that looks scary, that looks interesting. I want to play Hellblade 2. So Microsoft came out hard hitting at Game Awards, and I think it marked the beginning of like, hey, this is a new Xbox. This is Phil Spencer came in to try to fix what the Xbox One mistakes were, and he came in and he, you know, it is what it is. The Xbox One generation hasn't been that good for Xbox, but this is Phil's console. The Xbox Series X, or the new console for Xbox, is technically just called Xbox, and the Series X is just the version, because you're going to have a Series S probably. Um, but that is Phil's console. This is Phil's vision with Game Pass and all of these studios. This is Phil's vision, and I feel like he's going to come out hard. I do. I feel like he's going to come out hard. He's going to come out hitting. He's not going to hold back. He's going to be showing at E3. He's going to start off the show with damn Fable. I swear, dude, if I see Fable, that Fable. I swear, dude, I want to see it, Phil. I want to see it. You better show Fable at E3 this year. It's the time. We've been for 2 years thinking that we're going to see it, and it hasn't been shown. Hell, at this point, I'm even doubting if it exists, but it better. And so he's going to show Fable. We might even see what the Initiative is working on. The Initiative, that quadruple A studio that they started in 2018, been hiring talent from Rockstar and Naughty Dog and all of these big triple A studios to go make something groundbreaking. We might see their new game, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see Hellblade 2 gameplay. We're going to see Halo Infinite gameplay. We're going to see Rare's new game, Everwild. We're going to see all of this stuff. There's going to be so much content at that Xbox show, including third party. Like, this is going to be a hype E3, and that's not even touching on Sony. Sony will probably come out and reveal Spider-Man 2. They probably will come out and reveal God of War 2. Like, yeah, this E3 is going to be insane. And let's not forget about Nintendo here. We still have Metroid Prime 4 from Nintendo to be shown, Breath of the Wild 2, Bayonetta 3, new reveals. Hell, Nintendo, Doug Bowser might walk out and say, "Here's Mario Odyssey 2." Like he might do it. He might. You know what I mean? Like we don't know. We really don't know. And that's why I'm so excited. Is throughout this year we are going to have loads and loads of just great gaming stuff. Obviously the games themselves, but also just gaming conferences. Like I'm already looking forward to January because we might get a direct this month from Nintendo, and I really hope we do. Like I'm hyped. I'm really hyped for this year. Like I hope you're hearing my enthusiasm and hype for this year because like the biggest problem this generation, right? Like I've been an Xbox fan this entire generation, and like towards the end of this generation, I've kind of lost like my excitement for Xbox. It wasn't until 2018 when they revealed the new studio acquisitions where I was like, hey, maybe Microsoft's finally turning this around. Maybe they're learning. They're getting first party studios to make first party content. You know, but the games haven't been there for Xbox. They haven't released many good games this generation besides games like Ori and Sunset Overdrive. Um, you know, Gears. I'm still not really excited about that franchise. I really like the trilogy a lot, the original trilogy, but then like ever since then I've just kind of not cared. I enjoyed Gears 5, but it still was like, it's just another Gears game with two chapters that have sort of open environments. It's I think what would get me excited about a new Gears game on Series X would just be a reboot, but they're not going to do that. So I don't know. Who knows what the future of Gears is, but yeah, I'm excited because it's no longer like if you were an Xbox fan and you didn't like Gears and you didn't like Halo and you didn't like Forza, there wasn't much else. And so that's what is exciting about Xbox now is like, again, just what I said. I'm not that excited about Gears of War. But guess what? With all these new studios, that's fine. Gears of War will have its audience, and I don't have to care about Gears. I probably will buy the new Gears game whenever it comes out because I still enjoy Gears to an extent. But it's like I'm buying an Xbox for Halo. I'm buying an Xbox for Fable. I'm buying an Xbox for all of these new studios to see what they're working on. The Initiative's new game. Like I'm buying an Xbox for that. You know what I mean? Um, so that's what's exciting me about Xbox, and I think with PlayStation it's going to be about consistency. PlayStation have dominated this generation with great games and really good hardware, and I don't see that changing. Um, so I think that that's the biggest thing, right? Is if Sony Studios can keep consistency, there's no reason to think that PlayStation will not be fine. You know what I mean? Like it's not like that PlayStation's going to just lose. I don't see them losing this generation, literally, unless like they just aren't putting out content and the content they're putting out isn't good. Like, and that's hard to really think because like Naughty Dog have always been Naughty Dog. Sony Santa Monica with God of War, Cory Barlog, like I don't see them messing up. Um, Horizon Zero Dawn was a good game. Like I think Guerrilla is going to get even better. Um, Kojima's probably going to join, and it's Kojima. Insomniac is Insomniac. You know what I mean? It's like it's hard to really see a world where like they don't keep consistency. So that's why Xbox does have to step it up. You know what I mean? Like they can't rely on just the name of Halo, Gears, and all that stuff anymore. Like those days are gone. Gears has lost its relevancy. Like it's Gears isn't that franchise anymore. And I'm like, if you're a Gears fan, that's fine. I have no problem with Gears of War. It's just used to be Gears of War when in like 2008, Gears of War was all the rage. You know what I mean? Like people were stoked for that Gears of War sequel. It was Microsoft's newest franchise. Um, it's a $1 billion franchise. It made a lot of money. Because it was like huge at the time. But like I don't think the gameplay of Gears has aged good. Like the idea of like getting behind cover, popping out, shooting. It's like it's just old, and that's one of the things. Even in Gears 5, where like they were promising these changes, and sure, in the two chapters there was like open environments and you could traverse the world. Cool, but at the end of the day, the combat is run up, get behind cover, do all. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't change that much, and so I really hope in the next Gears game they can change that. But Gears isn't that franchise anymore, I don't think, and Halo. Halo's still the biggest name that Xbox has. I think that's proven with just the excitement of Halo Infinite. I remember when Halo 5 was coming out, I there was people hyped for it, but I don't remember this level of excitement. Like I mean, just look at the trailers. Like the Halo Infinite trailers on YouTube have millions and millions of views, and I think a lot of it is because they're returning to the old art style, and Halo feels like Halo again. I know for me that's what it is. You know what I mean? Like Halo actually feels like Halo again, and that's exciting. Um, so Halo is still the biggest name Xbox has. I think Forza is still consistent, and you know that's fine. That's awesome. Um, and I'm excited for like Horizon. Forza Horizon is my favorite. I don't care about motorsport. I think from the Series X trailer that we got at the Game Awards, I think it's already confirmed that the new Forza game and Halo game are probably going to launch the console. I will be no lifing Halo Infinite. I don't know if I'll buy the new Forza game. I would buy it for a graphical showpiece, and I can tell you that. And no one can doubt the graphical showpiece that Forza is. You know what I mean? Like that new motorsport game is going to look fantastic on the Series X. But I will be no lifing Halo. I will be grinding that campaign. I will probably be replaying the campaign after I beat it, and I will probably be grinding the multiplayer if it is no sprint and just that really good Halo multiplayer. Um, I can't wait to have a new Halo game. I can't wait. I've been playing a lot of MCC recently with Pac, and it's me and Pac Boy. We're playing that MCC, and it's just I'm just getting those great vibes of like, man, I love Halo, and I can't wait to have a new one. But yeah, um, and Nintendo. sort of the same thing with PlayStation. Like Nintendo is just, I mean, Nintendo is the most consistent. Um, like it's nobody will, even on the Wii U. Like people have bad thoughts about the Wii U, but again, if you look at the Wii U's content, they were still dropping great content on the Wii U. Like it's not like they were dropping bad games on the Wii U. Uh, you know, so it's Nintendo have always been consistent, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. um, so again, like Metroid Prime 4, Breath of the Wild 2, if they show that at E3, no matter what Xbox and Sony show, that's going to be big for Nintendo. That's two big franchises. You have a new Legend of Zelda game, the sequel to Breath of the Wild, and you have Metroid Prime 4. Yeah, if they show that stuff, Nintendo will be fine, and Nintendo is going to be fine, even if they even if they don't have a good E3. I mean, I don't see, like, sure, the Series X and PlayStation 5 is going to be way ahead of the Switch in graphical capability, but I still don't see like that hurting the Switch because I just think it's just two different audiences. You know what I mean? Like I think that there's loads of people buying the Switch for what the Switch is. It's not, again, it's not about the hardware power. It's about the interesting console, how unique it is, and those games on the platform. Nintendo's going to be fine. There's nothing to worry about with Nintendo, in my opinion. Like people are like, some people have said, oh, they've got to announce the Switch Pro. They've got to steal this excitement away. I mean, I could totally see Nintendo being like, sure, Sony and Xbox, you can have 2020. You know what I mean? Like we're going to come back in 2021 and have great content. Like if they don't drop Breath of the Wild 2 this year, it's like, okay, next year we got Breath of the Wild 2 coming. We got Bayonetta 3 coming. Hell, we might even have Metroid Prime 4 coming. Like we're good. You know what I mean? Like I could see that. Like Nintendo not caring. Because Nintendo have always been the top to, like, they do their own thing. They're not going to do what everybody else is doing. They're just going to do what they do. Um, and that's exciting as well. And that's why everyone loves Nintendo, and that's why I love Nintendo. Is they're not going to launch a Switch Pro because they feel like they have to. I think if Nintendo launches a Switch Pro, it's because they want to, and they think it would, it's for a, you know, if they think their audience wants the Switch Pro, then that's what they're going to do. But I don't really care if the Switch Pro is announced. I'm going to keep my base Switch, and I'm going to play Breath of the Wild 2 on it. And hopefully the Metroid Prime trilogy, because I haven't played that and I need to play it. And please port it to the Switch. um, but yeah. So yeah, let's. I guess I'll just start talking about the Game Awards stuff. Try to go through. Actually, no. Before I go to that, I've got to talk about something. Um, it actually goes in line with like game announcements. I was talking about game announcements at E3, and there's one franchise that has recently came up in my life that has probably, yeah, it has. It's officially moved next to Halo as my favorite franchise, and this was a game that I'd always heard about. I'd always heard people say, "You need to play this game. This game is one of the best." Everybody talked about on the 360 that this was one of the best games. Ladies and gentlemen, I am talking about Bioshock. Welcome to Rapture, ladies and gentlemen. In October, I got paid, and I went to Walmart, and I seen that they had the Bioshock collection on PS4 for like $20. I said, yeah, I'll take that. Bought it, got home, and for the next 3 hours, my mind was blown. I experienced the first Bioshock, the first 3 hours of the first Bioshock game, and very rarely does games leave my jaw on the floor. But Bioshock 1 did that so many damn times. I remember, like, just in the first 2 hours, I just remember like my jaw being on the floor and not like believing what I'm seeing. Like, oh my god, this is insane. It was like Bioshock 1 is like in my top five, like, of all time. Bioshock 1 is just one of the best games I've ever played in my life. One of the best experiences I've ever had. I can't believe I've never experienced it. I'm glad I did now. And so I immediately jumped into 2 after experiencing the perfection that is Bioshock 1. I jumped into 2 and I was immediately put off, actually. I was like, whoa, this is totally different. Different main character, different antagonist. Um, and so I put it down for a little bit, and then I came back and I was like, all right, I need to get through this. I want to play 2. I want to play Infinite. I loved 1 so much, and boy, I'm glad I did, because actually really ended up enjoying Bioshock 2 a lot. I thought that they improved a lot on the gameplay that was set up in 1. The story was really good. It wasn't as good as Bioshock 1's story, but it was still a really good story. Um, and then, man, just recently got done with Infinite, and once again, Ken Levine, you master Ken Levine. He didn't work on Bioshock 2, and I think it sort of showed because I think the dude is a story genius. Because once again, Ken Levine left my jaw on the floor multiple times. Damn, Bioshock Infinite, a masterpiece. Bioshock 1 and Bioshock Infinite are masterpieces. Bioshock 2, a really, really good game. And yeah, Bioshock is one of my favorite franchises now, right next to Halo, man. I love the game, I love the mechanics, I love the lore. And you know where this is leading into because recently 2K announced Cloud Chamber, the new studio that is working on the next entry in the Bioshock franchise, ladies and gentlemen. I'm nervous, I'm skeptical, but damn, I'm excited because the fact that we are getting a new Bioshock game after how much I loved this franchise, like, yeah, I'm excited, and if that is announced at E3 this year, I will go crazy. And I hope it's a Microsoft show. I hope that they show off Bioshock, whatever Bioshock, just reboot or whatever. I don't know. I just hope they show it off on Series X, and because according to Kotaku, I think they said it has been in development for many years. Because the way the 2K post made it seem was that it's going to be in development for many years, and it's like we want it now. Like you guys have kept us waiting since 2013. Like why do we have to wait? But like Kotaku was like, no, they've been working on this game for a little bit. Like it's so I would think that the new Bioshock game is probably in a playable state right now. So maybe by E3 they'll give us a gameplay demo or just a reveal trailer. I don't care. I want to see the next Bioshock game. I had to touch on that because I just had to put it out there that hey, Wonder Fizz has a new franchise that he adores, and that is Bioshock. And I can't believe that I've never experienced it, but like I said, I'm glad I did. So yeah, let's get into the Game Awards stuff. I'm not going to talk too much about the stuff that was shown, mainly because I can't remember a lot of it. Like it was a long time ago. Like I said, I was wanting to do a podcast episode around the time that it happened, but just wasn't able to. Um, but yeah, I can't remember a lot of the announcements there. Um, Series X and Hellblade 2 kind of took it out for me. Like after that, I just couldn't focus on anything else. Nintendo didn't show much. Sony revealed Godfall, like I said, which was a PS5 title. Again, if the show showed me anything, was that hey, next gen is on the horizon. It really is, and I was like, yeah, I'm ready for next gen. I remember even sitting there watching it. I was like, this time next year we're going to have next gen consoles. I'm going to be playing Halo Infinite. Like that is exciting. Um, uh, Shadows Die Twice took home Game of the Year. I know I made that video. I was wanting Death Stranding to win. Death Stranding took home a lot of awards, and I'm happy it did. Um, I guess I have changed my stance on the fact that no, I don't think that Death Stranding deserved Game of the Year. I loved the story in that game. And at the time, I loved the gameplay, actually. Like, I was one of those people that was saying, hey, no, I love making deliveries. This is fun. But the more I do think back on it, it's like, hey, the idea of going back and replaying Death Stranding is not one that sounds exciting. I put like 60 hours into that game. Um, and it's like the idea of like replaying a 60-hour game of making deliveries and all that stuff. I don't know. Like, it's one of those games, like I said, like I love the atmosphere, I love the story, I love all of that stuff. It was right up my alley, but I don't know. I think it's a really good game, and I love that Kojima was like trying to make a different experience, something that we've never had before, and he succeeded in that. Like he made something that has never been done before, and I loved that. And I hope more developers do that. I hope more developers catch on and think outside the box, and do different things. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy that Shadows Die Twice won. all in all, it probably was one of the most deserving games. A lot of people did want Resident Evil 2 to win, and if it did, it did. I am happy though that Shadows Die Twice won. It was a really good game. Um, or well, I've never played it, but like it was well received game. A lot of people love From Software, and yeah. So again, the Game Awards. In terms of a show, I still love the Game Awards. I think that it's once again like Keeley has a great award show that everyone looks forward to every year, and it's like you can look forward to new announcements every year for that show. Like this year, we got a console announcement at that show. Like that just shows that like how popular that show is. Like more people watch that show this year than ever before. So Keeley, like he's like December is one of my favorite times of the year for things like the Game Awards. Like it's a tradition that me and my friends all watch it together. Like it's an exciting time of the year, and I thank Keeley for that. That he's got this great award show for the gamers. You can tell this is a show for the gamers. Um, and yeah, it's just great. And like I said, there's not much more I can say about it, just because it was so long ago. I would have to rewatch it to just remember everything that was shown. Um, but yeah, Wolf Among Us 2 was shown there. That's something I'm very excited about. But that's one of the very few things I can remember. Like I said, the Series X and Hellblade 2 announcement just stole the show, in my opinion. But I think at the end of the day, it's just great to be a gamer, and it's great to be a gamer heading into 2020. And yeah, I'm excited about what this year has in store for all of us gamers. No matter what platform you're on, you know, I think you're going to have some exciting content coming. So I think I'm going to wrap it up there. I think final message is we have a new Halo game coming out this year. Um, we have next generation consoles coming out this year. We have so many games coming out this year. E3 is going to be hype. Nintendo Directs, can't wait. It's awesome to be a gamer right now. Yeah, that's the final message. It's being a gamer is awesome. All right, see y'all whenever we do another one of these, or if I do a video. Yeah, see you then. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. Um, Follow me on Twitter at the WonderFizz, and I'll see y'all hopefully in the next video.